In this dimly lit yet cozy corner of St. Mary's Therapeutic Hospital for Fine Literature, we meet young Rick Royd, a psychoanalyst protege, as she interviews her first piece of literature.
So, what is troubling you today?
There is a lot of drama going on in here.
Well, first, why did Prospero decide to create the Tempest?
He wanted recompense for those who had wronged him. So he shipwrecked the ship. The ship went down.
Oh, so like the Titanic.
The what?
Oh, yeah.
So what do you do anyway?
I'm trying to understand you.
And how do you suppose to do that?
I am applying the psychoanalytic theory, the theory that relates psychology to literature in order to understand the author's intentions and hidden desires.
Why would you do that?
I'm trying to understand how language and symbols operate in literature and how they reflect those desires.
Oh, so that's what's wrong with Caliban.
Basically, Caliban didn't grow up with a mother, so all of his repressed sexual desires are being directed at Miranda.
Ooh, let me try. I want to try.
Okay.
So Caliban basically represents this Freud guy's idea of the Oedipus complex.
How does that work? He never grew up with a mother.
Well, I think that's why he has such strong feelings for Miranda. She's the only woman he's ever interacted with. The Oedipus complex is the sexual desires for the opposite sex parent. And since Caliban never had his mother present, he's making up for it in weird Freudian ways.
Caliban could also represent the id part of the psyche, which is composed of instincts that Caliban has trouble with repressing, just like the id. And, like the ego, Prospero is the outside world that is influencing Caliban.
Oh yeah, because Caliban has ever only known what Prospero has told him.
Because he has such a strong desire for power and so much control over the characters, this suggests that he had no power as a child.
So he wants revenge because he has no control over his life for the past 12 years?
Exactly. What has happened to Prospero?
Well, he was tricked out of his dukedom, defeated by his brother and the king of Naples, and then he and his infant daughter were banished to the dirty island with Caliban.
Yeah, you got it. That's exactly why Prospero is such a power-crazy little rascal.
Today, at St. Mary's Therapeutic Hospital for Fine Literature, group therapy takes place between Alice in Wonderland, Hamlet, and the Tempest as they discuss their problems and
Hi, I'm Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Hi, Alice.
I was written by Lewis Carroll, and in my story, Alice falls down a rabbit hole and into a fantasy world with people and animals. They're all quite strange. Hi, I'm Hamlet.
Hi, Hamlet.
I was written by William Shakespeare, and in my play, Hamlet's father is murdered, and his ghost tells Hamlet that he was murdered. Hamlet goes on a quest to avenge his father's death. Hi, I'm Tempest.
Hi, Tempest.
I was also written by Shakespeare. Prospero got angry and wants recompense from those who have wronged him.
Okay, it's nice to meet you all. Who wants to talk first?
I've already talked about my problems with nasty Caliban wanting Miranda and Prospero the power-hungry magician. Let's talk about Hamlet. It's not my fault Hamlet wants to get it on with his mom. He did not.
Actually, Hamlet does suffer from the Oedipus complex. He has sexual desire for his mom that he is suppressing. He is subconsciously carrying out that desire by procrastinating the death of his uncle, because Hamlet wants to have been the one to kill his father instead of Claudius.
Told you, I know all about this Oedipus stuff. Don't even get me started on Alice. Excuse you?
Why don't I lead the discussion? There are many odd symbols in your story, Alice.
What?
Did you know that your author is representing his unconscious desires through your story? First, Alice goes through a rabbit hole. A hole, Alice.
A lot of people go through holes.
Not this kind of hole. And did you know that the lock and key is a common symbol of sex?
Can't it just mean it's a lock and key?
No.
I don't like that.
Well, we could move on to a different theory since Freud's theory is mostly based off of sexual desire. He believed that, like dreams, literary texts express secret and unconscious desires that the author doesn't know themselves.
Who are we going to talk about now?
Carl Jung was a student of Freud's, but he uses parts of mythological and historical stories and symbols to develop a theory called archetypal criticism. He has 4 different archetypes: the shadow, the anima, the animus, and the spirit.
Which one would Hamlet be?
Hamlet most identifies with the shadow. The shadow involves jealousy, lust, and exists as part of the unconscious mind which holds repressed thoughts and behaviors. Another archetype that Hamlet represents is the hero who brings about his own downfall, which is a recurring character in literature.
Oh, powerful protege, Rick Royd! How will we ever be able to discuss this theory without you?
It's easy. Just think of the character's motivations and such. You try.
So, we could ask why a character is behaving in a specific way? Oh, I got one! Does this work suggest anything about the author?
Very good, you two. Hamlet?
Does this certain interpretation suggest anything about the reader? I have another! Overachiever. Are there any symbols or phrases that could have hidden meanings? Does the hero embark on a journey in either a spiritual or a physical sense? Is there a journey to an otherworldly place?
Look at you three. You've all grown up so much. It's easy to think of questions.
But why is this theory better than the others?
It's not necessarily better, but it is a powerful theory. It helps readers understand different elements of a story and how the dynamics function between the characters, author, and the reader.
And it investigates the expression of personality, feelings, and desires of the author.
Well, I think you guys got it. Thank you for coming and participating today, folks. Say bye, fine literature.
Goodbye.
As these fine works of literature leave St. Mary's Therapeutic Hospital for fine literature, they slowly come to realize the disturbing elements of not only their stories, but all of their friends' stories as well. They will never be the same.